Hello, children. We all like sleeping, don't we? Imagine a wintry morning of December and you are in your bed, having sound sleep and beautiful dreams. Then you hear the sound of your mama waiting at the door of your sleeping room and then waking up you for some works. How do you feel then? Sleeping is something which we like the most. Even if we have some important assignments or we have to wake up early to be present at a morning assembly, often we feel very lethargic and we feel like sleeping for 5 minutes more by turning off the alarm clock. This happens with all of us, right? Here I bring to you a story about a beautiful young lady. She was named as Sleeping Beauty. Do you want to know why she was named as Sleeping Beauty? So, here we will know it at the end of the story. It's from the classic readers Walt Disney's collection. The name of the story is Sleeping Beauty. So, it's all about this beautiful lady. See, here you have a picture of Sleeping Beauty. Long, long time ago, in a faraway land, there lived a king and a queen who longed so much to have a baby. They were childless for many years, and finally, when they had a baby, a little girl, they were very happy. She was like the rays of the sun which lightens up the world during the morning. So much happiness she brought to their life that they named her Aurora, which translates to dawn. She was like the sun at dawn which brightened their lives. People from far and near land came to bless this little baby. There came three fairies to bless the child. They were named as Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. Flora blessed the little princess with beauty. Fauna blessed her with the gift of song. Just when the third fairy Merryweather was about to give her gift to the baby, suddenly a wild gust of wind blew open the doors of the castle. Then arrived the wicked fairy Maleficent. She was very much angry. She felt insulted as she was not invited to the ceremony organized by the king in the castle. Thus, she cursed the baby. Looking towards the king, she said, "On her 16th birthday, your daughter shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die." She said thus and vanished. Now the good fairies, they were very worried. The king as well as the queen, they were also very much worried. And then the good fairies, they said that we can do nothing to undo the curse given by Maleficent, but we can decide something else as to protect this little baby from the curse of Maleficent. The king and the queen tried their level best to protect their daughter. The king ordered that all spinning wheels in the kingdom be burned. But then the good fairies, they thought that this was not safe enough. Then they went to the king and said, "Dear king, we will raise your little daughter and bring her back to the castle when the curse ends on her 16th birthday." Saying thus, they took Aurora with them to the woods. Day by day, Aurora grew very beautiful. She grew up to be a young lady. And then, when her 16th birthday arrived that day, the good fairies decided to give her a surprise birthday party. Then they sent Aurora to the woods to collect berries. So when Aurora was in the woods, she was very happily roaming here and there when all of a sudden she heard someone say from behind her back, "What a lovely voice!" Aurora turned around and saw the most wonderful young man, and without thinking, she invited him to the cottage that very night. So the young man responded to her And when Aurora came back to the cottage, she was very happy because the young man she saw in the wood had said that he would come her to attend her birthday party that very night. But then the good fairies felt that it is the appropriate time to reveal everything to Aurora. Then they informed Aurora about her curse given by Maleficent and said that they would be returning back to the castle because it's the 16th birthday of Aurora. Saying thus, they approached and moved on towards the castle of the king. Now, the wicked fairy Maleficent put a spell on Aurora when she arrived at the castle, and then Aurora went to a secret room in a tower where Maleficent had hidden a spinning wheel. When Aurora touched a spindle, she immediately fell into deep sleep. In the meantime, one of the good fairy, Flora, came to know that Aurora's young man from the woods was none other than Prince Philip. She felt that it was time to find him, as it was only his kiss that could save the princess, who is now in deep sleep. So, that very night when Prince Philip went to visit Aurora in the cottage, there he found not the good fairies, but instead he found that wicked fairy Maleficent. Maleficent ordered her huntsmen. Huntsmen are those who obey the orders of a particular person and are loyal to that person. Maleficent said, "Capture him." She shouted thus and said that he is the only one who has the power to break my curse on Aurora. Prince Philip was thus brought to Maleficent's dungeon, and there Maleficent revealed to Prince Philip that the girl he met in the wood was actually a princess. Now, Prince Philip was very worried. And then somehow the good fairies founded Maleficent's dungeon, and they managed to save the prince from Maleficent and her huntsman. They gave him some weapons and said that these weapons would protect him from all kind of evil and would help him to fight Maleficent. They gave him a shield of virtue and a sword of truth. Then rushed Prince Philip to save his princess. When he reached the palace, Maleficent let a wall of thorns grow in front of him, but he was able to cut his way through that. Then herself turned into a fuming dragon. It was impossible for Prince Philip to fight Maleficent. Finally, he won through the weapon which was given to him by the good fairies, and he reached the palace gates to save his princess. When he finally reached the palace, he saw that his princess was in deep sleep. She was sleeping, and then he went to her and said, "Wake up, my lovely princess." He whispered thus and he kissed her gently on her lips. Aurora woke up and smiled to her prince, and then together they left that room and descended the stairs. Then Aurora met her parents, and they were finally united together. And that very night, everyone in the castle was very happy, and then Princess Aurora and Prince Philip danced in each other's arms the whole night. The king sighed and felt very pleased. He thought, who would have dreamed that all this would end so happily? Had I ever thought that my little baby would grow up to be so beautiful a lady, and she would be able to get over the curse given by that wicked fairy Maleficent? So children, this is the beautiful story of Sleeping Beauty. And hope by now you have come to understand why she was being named as Sleeping Beauty. Hope you like that story. Subscribe to my channel for more of such beautiful stories, legends, and poems. And don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you.